Hey everyone, and welcome to the new series A MariChat Christmas Special, written by Stacey Holt. The artwork was created and approved by Natural Wind on Tumblr. You can find the link to their page in the description box below. This is a collaborative series. The voices in the series are not only myself, but my friends as well. Shane will be voicing Cat Noir and Adrian. I will be voicing Marinette, Miss Bustier, Felix's mother Amalie, Sabine, and the narrator. Maddie is going to be voicing Tikki and Rose. Nick will be voicing Felix, as well as a reporter. Ashton will be voicing Plagg, Kagami, Nathalie, Alya, and Luka. Keaton will be voicing Luka. Freeze will be voicing Marc and Wayz. Suprey is going to be voicing a reporter, a beach jock, and an officer. Scott is going to be voicing Kim. Brad will be voicing Tom. Mylene will be voiced by Stormy333. Lila will be voiced by TheJuicyStuff. Calvin will be voicing Nino and Hawkmoth. Nathaniel will be voiced by Dylan. Iris will be voicing Sabrina. Chloe and Adrian's mother Emelie will be voiced by Anna. Master Fu and Ivan will be voiced by Christian. You can find links to their social media and their YouTube channels and all the other links as well in the description box below. If you'd like to support this series, please like, subscribe, and comment. Also, my voice is still scratchy and I'm having to record all of these at one time, so yeah. I don't know how many I'm going to get done today, so we'll see. Alright, back to the chapter. Now, Chapter 5, Game Night. Marinette knocked on Alya's door, seeing Nino answer it. Hey Nino, she smiled.
Hey dude, come in.
He fist bumped her as she did it back, laughing. Where's Alya? She asked, looking around.
She's making dinner while I get the games ready. Wanna help?
He asked. With dinner or getting the games ready? She smiled.
Either.
He answered, slightly confused himself. I'll see if she needs help, and if she doesn't, I'll come help find some games to play. Marinette laughed.
Sounds like a plan.
He said, going into the living room, leaving Marinette to go into the kitchen.
Hey girl, glad you can make it. Mind helping me a little?
Alya said, looking like she was trying to do 5 things at once. You know I'm your cooking girl, she winked.
Oh, thank goodness.
Alya laughed. Marinette helped Alya finish making dinner. Just as they finished, there was a knock at the door.
Nino, would you get the door?
Alya called out.
Got it, babe.
Nino called back, rushing to the door. He opened it and found Adrian. He pulled him in and pushed him into the living room, avoiding the kitchen where the girls were so they could have their bro talk.
Alright, dude. Are you gonna give her the gift you made us search all day for?
Nino whispered.
No, it's not Christmas.
Adrian laughed.
Oh, come on, dude.
Nino groaned.
It's a Christmas present.
He laughed again.
What are you two up to in here?
Alya said, walking into the living room, bringing the food that she and Marinette prepared to the table.
Nothing.
Nino laughed nervously. Alya rolled her eyes and sat down beside Nino, letting Marinette sit down beside Adrian and gave each of them a plate.
Come eat and then we will play some games.
Alya sighed. Adrian smiled and walked over to the table to see what was for dinner. It was like something out of a magazine. It was roasted asparagus and garlic buttery chicken with shrimp.
We know the model life is a little stressful on your meals, so we decided to eat healthy for once.
Alya smiled.
I mean, I'm no stranger to carbs around the holidays,
He laughed.
but I appreciate it.
Everyone made their plates and sat down to eat, having a light conversation in between bites. When they weren't eating, they were talking and laughing at one another, enjoying the others' company. It wasn't long until their plates were empty, and they were surrounding the board games on the floor, quiet as can be, trying to remain with a poker face.
Draw 4, Adrian.
Alya smirked, seeing his face turn into a sour expression as he picked up 4 cards from the middle as the other players laughed.
You guys are teaming up! Look, I basically have a book over here.
Adrian complained. Marinette laughed and threw down a draw 4 on Alya, seeing Alya's face light up with surprise.
Traitor!
She exclaimed.
See, Marinette is on my team.
Adrian laughed, throwing his arm over her shoulder, not knowing her face turned bright red as he did. Alya looked over at Nino and nodded as she smirked.
Well, I give up. I have this new game. Nino, didn't you put it upstairs somewhere? Help me find it?
Alya smiled.
Sure, babe.
Nino smiled, helping Alya up. Marinette went quiet, feeling the weight of Adrian on her still as she looked down at her cards.
Marinette, are you okay?
He glanced over.
Whoa, you have all those black cards? Why didn't you use them?
He asked. I, didn't want to, she said. He picked his arm up over her and began putting the Uno cards away while Nino and Alya were gone.
You felt bad that I was losing? You didn't want to hit me with them?
He said, turning to look at her. No, like you said, we're a team. She smiled faintly, causing him to blush. They both heard the clock chime in the kitchen, and they looked at the time and stood up.
Y'all need to leave too, huh?
He asked, seeing her grab her purse. Yeah, she said, a little awkwardly. It was a lot of fun, though.
Yeah, it was.
He said, looking down at her. Alya and Nino ran back down the stairs with the new game and saw them packed up and waiting to leave.
Are you guys leaving already?
Nino asked. Alya looked at the time.
Shoot, it's almost 11. Well, Adrian, Marinette, Christmas Eve, we're having a Christmas party and you're both invited. Are you going to come?
Alya smiled. Definitely. Marinette smiled.
I'll have to ask my father, but I'll try.
He smiled.
Want me to walk with you?
He asked, looking down at Marinette. She said, blushing.
Of course she does. Why would you not? It's a little late, don't you think, Adrian?
Alya said, walking to Marinette and putting her hand on Marinette's shoulder.
Yeah, dude. It's the gentleman's thing to do.
Nino smiled. Adrian turned and saw Nino give him a thumbs up and blushed as he turned back to Marinette. Why did he always blush around Marinette? Didn't he love Ladybug? Wasn't Marinette just a friend? His mind was spinning. Alya was just a friend, and she didn't make him feel like this.
Alright then. Come on, Marinette.
He smiled, leading the way. Alya smiled and pushed Marinette toward him to get her feet started, causing her to bump into him. He turned back to look at her and he laughed, thinking she tripped. He knew she was clumsy with her feet, just by the way she danced the other night. Terrible. He laughed silently to himself, thinking about it. He walked her home in the snow, hearing the crunch beneath their feet as they made their way closer. Though there was no one in the streets but them, you would think it would be a little romantic, but it was more creepy than anything, which made him more protective than anything. He kept her close to his side, letting her nudge him as they walked. Sorry, I keep hitting you, she apologized, starting to create some distance.
It's alright. I was doing it on purpose.
He smiled. On purpose? She asked, confused.
Yeah, it's a little creepy out here at night. I don't want someone to just come out and snatch you up, right?
He laughed. She rolled her eyes, knowing there was no way he would know she was Paris' superhero. She would save him if anything were to happen. She didn't need saving. If anything, he needed saving. But she would let him play the hero. Oh, yeah, she smiled. Wait, that kinda seemed like a cat noir thing to say. There was no way. She was imagining it. There was no way. It was a long night. She just needed to sleep.
Well, I hope you sleep well. I'll see you soon.
He smiled, waving her goodbye. Yeah. Good night. Thank you for walking me home. She smiled, blushing. Thank you so much for watching. Again, I'd like to shout out all of my friends who agreed to partake in all of the voice acting, and you should take a look at their social media and their links below. Other than that, I'll see you all in the next video. Bye guys!